Yep. Hello, everyone. We're going to get back to tarantulas now. This is going to be like a mini tarantula spotlight. This is Miko, the Nhandu Carapoensis. She is just absolutely gorgeous since she molted. My favorite Nhandu species by far. Just like the dark coloring. Just wonderful. She's been a peach since I've had her. Not really had any issues with her at all. I got her in as a trade a while back. So she molted over 10 days ago. So we're going to try and give her a super worm here. Oh yeah, she's hungry. Hungry girl. I was real happy, real happy when she molted as a female for sure. Really thrilled. You know, we have the Colorado velocis female and male, and we have her, and then my male chromatus went out a while back for, well, actually in the fall, for breeding purposes. Hopefully sometime in the near future we will have babies of those. We'll have to see how that goes, but yeah, the Nhandu species itself, or yeah, Nhandu species. It's not a species, Dave. It's the genus. The Nhandu genus itself is just an absolutely wonderful genus. If you can tolerate them flicking hairs, again, and if you don't mess with them, most often than not, they won't flick hairs. If they feel threatened, they're going to, of course, but they're different. They're all different. They act different. Some of them like to burrow. Some of them don't. My Nhandu chromatus loved burrowing up till he was about 2.5 inches. Then he stopped doing it. My Colorado velocis, I got her as 1.5 inches, and she never burrowed. And this girl here doesn't burrow either. She will go in the hide now and then, but she's basically out all the time, and she's a very good displaced tarantula. So what I know about them is not a ton, because there's not a lot of readily available information on these. The small things that I do know is that they were first described in 1983 by Lucas. Of course, that would be the biologist, arachnologist, whatever you want to say. I'm not sure if the ones that go out in the field are arachnologists, you know, arachnologist or biologist. But first described in 1983 by Lucas. Other than that, on the information, there's not a ton of it out there. Hold on. Okay, so we're back. She's not doing much of anything, but I had to get the phone. Yes, they are found in Brazil and Paraguay. So Paraguay is to the south of Brazil, more towards the central part of Brazil, I think, because you have Uruguay and then Paraguay are right next to each other. Paraguay would be more on the east of Uruguay, and I think Uruguay is pretty much almost dead center of Bolivia. Then Uruguay, I think, are the two center countries in South America in that northern part where you have the larger land mass. So it can be hot, but it can be cooler too. I found temperature variances from 64 degrees up to 86, 87 on normal mean average, depending on the season. And of course it can get warmer or cooler depending on altitudes and where at exactly in the country that you are. They're called the Brazilian red, and you can see why. You could see the red hairs all over the legs and abdomen. She's just an absolute doll. I mean, if I could only keep one Nhandu species, she would be it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I like the Colorado velocis because I like the black and white grayish kind of deal, but I really enjoy the look of this spider here. Other than that, there's not a ton to them. You know, you can vary the humidity. Again, I don't change my humidity levels here. Whatever is ambient is what they get. But if you go to, you know, places in Brazil, you can find different humidity levels depending on where you at. Again, altitude-wise, you could find 45% to 70%, 75%. And, you know, again, you could probably have days where it's 90% humidity. So I never really have sprayed down her enclosure, but I'm going to try it. Just the half that you see behind her, so from that plant kind of back to the corner where the water dish is, because I got a new sprayer. I've been wanting to get one for a while, and I just haven't got one. I didn't get one with the wand because I don't have a lot of room to store it, but I'll show you the one that I got. And I've read these get about 6 inches, but I'm not sold on that. I want to say that these were the smaller of the Nhandus, and I thought they were about a 5-inch tarantula, but again, I could be wrong. What I do know is that the males are the males of this species are the only one in a Nhandu that do not have tibial hooks. So if you have a male, you're going to be looking for the emboli on the pedipalps, not for hooks on the front legs. So that's kind of unique, something different that sets them a little bit apart. But yeah, I mean, if I had to have, again, if I had to have 5, 10 Nhandus, if someone forced me, these would be the ones that I'd want to keep. And I, again, I'd love to have another one or two, because they are hardy species. They're hard to, I call some of these New World species kind of bulletproof, and there's a lot of Old World species that are bulletproof too. But the Nhandus, the Acanthoscurias, the Lasiodoras, Faunopelmas, Brachypelmas, most of those species, or those genera are pretty bulletproof. You can take some time in between feeding and watering, and generally they're going to be okay. They are great eaters, these guys, and from what I understand, the hairs on this species of Nhandu is a little bit worse than the others, but I can't understand why, because it seems like their setae hair is basically the same as Chromatus and Colorado villosus. I have yet to have any of them flick hairs. The male came in bald, Colorado villosus, but that you could see that he flicked hairs in shipping also. So again, I generally don't really give them a reason to flick hairs at me. Maybe during a rehouse, we might have that, but she went in this home super easy and had no issues with her whatsoever. So I've not had issues with her at all, none. So yeah, so that's that. Again, I hope you guys enjoy it. She didn't really do much, but we did get a nice takedown. You got to see a really, really pretty spider, and I will show you my new thing. And then I'm contemplating something, and I'm fighting myself on it. But I found a baby crested gecko. It's about 2.5 inches long for $24. And I know, I've been talking to Kat about it. She's trying to talk me into getting it, but I have to make sure that it's something that I want, and that I don't want to just get it because all the stuff I went through, or she said I should reward myself. But I keep saying to myself, Buffalo's only a month away, and do I really, really want to get something like that right now? Because I know the stuff that they eat, I didn't see there, but that doesn't mean that it's not there, that Rapashi or whatever it is. I know my brother has some in a powder form, so I could borrow some from him if I got this thing. But tell me what you guys think. Be reasonable. Don't just say, oh yeah, you should go get it. I mean, give me a reason why, and give me a reason why you think I shouldn't. Again, there's some things I'd like to get in Buffalo, and I don't really want to take up space here on the shelves with something different unless I really want it, and that's going to keep me from getting something that I might want to get at Buffalo. So I mean, I can always get one after Buffalo, or even at Buffalo if I really, really wanted one. So yeah, let me know what you think. So hold on a second, and I will get my sprayer. I haven't used it yet. There is water in it, but I haven't used it yet. And tell me if you guys use the same kind, or I see a lot of people have the ones with the hoses and the long sprayers on them. If I had my own tarantula room, that probably would be something that would be more ideal. But in this cramped space here, I think this one's going to turn out to be pretty good for me. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that's what I got. I got it at Home Depot. I think $7.83 or something. I don't know how much it holds. Well, 56 ounces. So 1 3/4 liters it'll hold. And I have purified water in here, not distilled but purified. So this would be something that I would, spray the substrate down with, or fill water dishes up with, but probably not use to spray the sides of enclosures, because I like using distilled water for that, so it doesn't leave water spots. Now, I'm not sure if the purified water will leave water spots or not. We're going to test it on an enclosure and find out. But I think this is going to work well for like when you want to make it rain on, a female or the Asian species, that you can really, really dampen down the substrate if that's what you want to do. It'll probably make things a little bit quicker in that aspect. I don't know how well it'll work for like filling up, little water bottle caps or not, but I have the turkey baster that I use. This is what I use to fill up water dishes with. I just leave this right inside the distilled water jug and go from there. And these are things that we'll get into when we start doing the beginner series, new beginner series, I guess you could call it, or no keeper series. I don't know. Again, I'm still trying to get stuff that I want to do with that and make sure that I do it the right way. I don't want to just do it just for the sake of doing it, but I guess it has, different pressure, so you can make it a stream or make it straight or a mist. So I'm going to try it out later on. Actually, we're going to spray down my Nhandu olavicea's enclosure. And if you guys watched yesterday's video on the whole feeding of the Brachypelmavagans and all the other stuff that I added in there, I tried filming that stinking E. olavicea for, 40 minutes or so, and the crickets were walking all over the top of where she lives, and she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to touch anything. She never came out until we got about 2 minutes into the Brachypelmavagans, and then I seen her come out, and as we were filming, I watched her grab a cricket and take it back down under. I was so mad. So I'm not happy with her right now. We're not on speaking terms. But it looks like my red fangs are all getting ready to molt. They all got pretty big bellies right now. So we're going to skip another day or two of feeding and see how they do. We're going to give them a little misting today to give them some moisture. And yeah, so that's kind of it. Not a lot to do, but I did want to get Miko fed. Still waiting on a bunch of tarantulas to molt. So if any of you out there are molt whisperers, send me a message so that I can have you type something that I can tell these 3 or 4 or 5 tarantulas that desperately, well, actually there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably about 10 that really, really need to molt. And a couple that are getting close to that really need to molt time. So yeah, type me some words of wisdom so I can put it on tape, and then I can play it for them at night, so it's kind of like one of those hidden messages, If they listen to me talk, they'll talk themselves into molting maybe. So okay, well, anyway, have a good day. Thanks for watching, and ta-ta for now.